Disclaimer: this is a work of fiction created for entertainment purpose only, not affiliated with BTS or Big Hit Entertainment. Characters and storylines are fictional and for entertainment purpose only. If you are homophobic, then please just leave. Tigers Bunny promote respect and kindness. In this world, everyone is born with something called a soul mark. It's a special glowing mark on your skin that stays hidden until your real soulmate touches you with honest emotion. When that happens, the mark appears on both people, shows that their souls are linked forever. Some soul marks are bright and rare, and people in the black market steal and sell them for huge money. It's dangerous, illegal, but real. Under the street of Seoul, a secret auction was happening. People were whispering excitedly. A man hit the table with his hammer loudly. Auctioneer: next time a pure untouched soulmark, lot number 27, starting price 10 million won. People gasped. Soulmark were more precious than gold. At the back of the room stood a tall man in a long black coat. His name was Kim Taehyung, but in the underworld everyone called him V. He worked as a soulmark hunter, a person who finds stolen marks and brings them back for money. He was handsome, calm, and dangerous. Theon quietly into his earpiece. I see the mark Lord 27 is real. I will get it back in 3 days. Client's voice. Good. Don't make mistakes. This mark is very special. On the stage, inside a small glowing bottle, a beautiful shining mark floated like smoke. It once belonged to someone, now it was being sold like a thing. Theon didn't care who the owner was, he only cared about finishing the job, or at least that's what he thought. Somewhere across the city, a boy named Jungkook sat near his window, sipping his ramen. He wore a big hoodie and soft socks, watching the rainfall outside. His face looked innocent, but his eyes had quiet strength. Jungkook, softly to himself. Another rainy night. He didn't know his soul mark was stolen when he was a child. He didn't even know how special it was. He worked at a small music cafe and lived a simple, peaceful life. 3 nights later, Theung went to the place where stolen marks were kept in records. He scanned the files until he found lot 27. Theung reading the file. Jeon Jungkook, age 22, works at a cafe. Soft laugh. This innocent boy's mark is being sold. For some strange reason, his chest felt tight when he saw Jungkook's picture. That never happened to him before. He usually didn't care. The next evening, Jungkook was closing the cafe. The street was quiet and wet from the rain. He He hummed a soft song, holding his bag close in the dark. Theung watched him like a shadow, his deep eyes following Jungkook's every move. Theung softly to himself. So you are the boy with the stolen soul. Jungkook suddenly turned his head, feeling someone looking at him. Their eyes met for the first time. It felt like some slowed down. Jungkook, surprised. Who is there? Theung, stepping under the streetlight. Just someone passing by. Jungkook, raising a brow, a bit bold. You were staring at me. Theung, low voice, half smile. Maybe you are hard to ignore. Jungkook's heart started beat fast. There was something dangerous but strangely warm about the stranger. He tried to act strong. Jungkook, pulling his hoodie up. Well, stop it. It's weird. Theung, taking a slow step closer. Then why are not you running? Jungkook froze for a second. Theung's eyes were intense, almost possessive. But not cruel. He looked at Jungkook like he wanted to understand him and claim him at the same time. Later that night, Theung sat alone in his fancy apartment. Jungkook's file were on the table along with the glowing bottle of his stolen mark. When Theung's gloved fingers touched the bottle, he felt a strange warm pulse. Like the mark was alive, Theung, whispering to himself. Why do I feel like this about you, Jungkook? And somewhere far away, Jungkook sat on his bed, rubbing the back of his neck where the mark should have been. He didn't know why his heart wouldn't calm down. Jungkook confused. Why can't I stop thinking about him? The next evening, the city was bright with lights. A big night festival filled the streets. Music, food stalls, colorful lanterns, and laughter everywhere. Jungkook came with some friends from the cafe, but he wandered off alone after a while. He loved watching the lanterns float up into the night sky. Jungkook looking up, smiling softly. They looked like stars. His bunny-like smile shone against the golden lights. He looked innocent and free, too bright for the shadows watching him. Not far away, Theung walked slowly through the crowd. He wore a simple black outfit and a cap pulled up low. Even dressed casually, he stood out. His sharp eyes moved through the people until they landed on him. Jungkook. Theung, under his breath, found you. For 3 days, Theung had told himself this was just a job. Get the mark, leave. But something about Jungkook's smile pulled him in deeper each time he saw him. Jungkook turned a corner near a row of flattened stalls and suddenly bumped into a strong chest. Jungkook stuttered. Oh, I'm sorry. Taehyung steadying him by his arm, voice careful. Careful, Jungkook blinked up. It was the same man from the rainy night. Up close, his face was even more stunning. Sharp jaw, deep eyes, lips like they were meant to whisper secrets. Jungkook, a bit nervous but curious. You again? Taehyung half smiled. Seems like fate. Jungkook, crossing his arms like a little ball. Or stalking, Taehyung. If I were stalking, you wouldn't catch me. Jungkook rolled his eyes but didn't move away. He didn't know why he felt oddly safe even though the man gave off a dangerous vibe. Jungkook tilted head. So what's your name, mysterious stranger? Taehyung. Taehyung. And you, Jungkook. Jungkook. Taehyung. His voice dropped slightly. Jungkook. The name rolls off his tongue slowly. The way Taehyung said his name made Jungkook's heart skip. He looked away quickly, cheeks slightly warm. They ended up walking side by side through the festival. Jungkook tried to act casual, nibbling on cotton candy, but his eyes kept snaking toward Taehyung. Jungkook teasing. You don't look like someone who come to festival. Taehyung smirked. Maybe I came for something or someone. Jungkook playful. Oh, and who is the lucky one? Taehyung locking eyes with him. You tell me. Jungkook breathed catch for a second. Taehyung's gaze wasn't playful. It was deep, almost possessive. Like he was memorizing every detail of Jungkook's face. Suddenly, the crowd grew louder. A group of men roughly pushed through, bumping into Jungkook. He stumbled, almost falling, but Taehyung's arm wrapped around his waist, pulling him against his chest. Jungkook, wide eyes. Whoa, Taehyung, voice sharp, eyes dark. Watch it. The man glared back but walked away. Taehyung didn't let go right away. His hand stayed firm around Jungkook's waist, his heartbeat steady against Jungkook's back. For a moment, the noise of the festival faded. Jungkook softly. You can let go now. Taehyung, voice low near his ear. I know, I don't want to. Jungkook's cheeks burned. He gently pushed away, looking everywhere except Taehyung's eyes. Jungkook muttering, You are weird. Taehyung half smiled, confident. And you are interesting. As the festival light dimmed for the lantern release, Taehyung stood close beside him. Thousands of glowing lanterns floated into the sky, reflecting in Jungkook's big eyes. Taehyung watched him, not the lights. Taehyung softly to himself. How can someone look like this? Jungkook noticing. Why are you looking at me like that? Taehyung leaning closer, voice like a whisper. Because I can't stop. Their faces were closed now, the glow surrounding them like a soft halo. Jungkook's heart was beating so loudly he was sure Taehyung could hear it. Jungkook whispering back a little bold. Then don't. For a second, Taehyung forgot about the mission, the stolen Soulmark. The night festival was almost over. The glowing lanterns floated away into the dark sky, leaving soft golden light around. Jungkook walked ahead, holding a little lantern in his hand. Taehyung followed slowly behind him. Hands in his pockets, eyes focused only on Jungkook. Taehyung softly to himself. Why does he pull me in like this? Jungkook stopped at the edge of the quiet park near the river. The sound of water was calm. The crowd had thinned. He turned to face Taehyung, his bunny smile, small but real. Jungkook. Thanks for walking with me, Taehyung. Taehyung stepping closer. I don't want the night to end yet. Jungkook teasing. Are you always this smooth? Taehyung half smirked. Only with the right person. Jungkook's cheeks turned slightly pink. He hugged his lantern to his chest, trying to ignore the way Taehyung's deep gaze made his heart flutter wildly. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed nearby. Two masked men appeared from the shadows. They rushed towards Jungkook, trying to grab his bag. He stumbled back in shock. Jungkook scared. What are you doing, masked man? Hand it over. Taehyung stepping between them, voice sharp. Wrong person to mess with. With fast movement, Taehyung blocked a punch and kicked one man back. The other launched at Jungkook, but Taehyung grabbed Jungkook's wrist and pulled him behind. Their hands touched skin against skin, and that's when it happened. Jungkook gasped. A warm light spread from where Taehyung's finger touched him, crawling up like his arm like golden fire. A glowing Soulmark suddenly appeared on Jungkook's neck, swirling and shining brightly for the first time in his life. Jungkook, eyes wide, breathless. What is this? Taehyung, staring at the mark, shocked. Your soul mark. It reacted to me. The two attackers froze for a second, distracted by the glow. Theon quickly knocked them down, his moves precise and deadly. Then his eyes went back to Jungkook, the glow reflected in both their faces. Jungkook held his wrist where Theon touched him, his heart racing. Jungkook whispering, This has never happened before. Theon stepping closer slowly. It means your soul recognized me. Jungkook backing up a little confused. But we just met. Theon voice low, intense. Soul marks don't lie. He gently lifted his hand and touched the glowing mark on Jungkook's neck. Jungkook shivered at the contact. His breath hitched, his eyes locked with Theon's, deep, magnetic, almost possessive. Jungkook softly. Why you? Theon whispering. I was wondering the same thing. The glow grew stronger for a second, wrapping them in a soft light. It felt warm, safe, and powerful. Like something Ancient had tied him together in that moment. A police siren sounded in the distance. The two attackers ran away. Taehyung grabbed Jungkook's hand firmly, Taehyung commanding, "Come with me, it's not safe here." Jungkook startled, "Wait, where are we going?" Taehyung not looking back. "Somewhere they can't find you." His grip was firm but not painful. Jungkook's heart pounded, half scared, half drawn to him. The warmth from the glowing mark still tingled on his skin. Later inside Taehyung's car, Jungkook sat quietly staring at the faint glow in his neck. Through the side mirror, he touched it again, still in disbelief. Jungkook softly, "I thought I didn't have one." Taehyung, driving eyes frowned. "You did. Someone stole it." Jungkook, turning to him, "What do you mean stole?" Taehyung, "Your stole mark has been on the back market for years. I was sent to find it." Jungkook, shocked, "You were supposed to steal it too." Taehyung, glancing at him, serious, "I was, but then it reacted to me. That changes everything." Jungkook's heart raced at his intense gaze. He didn't know if he should be scared or trust him, but something deep inside whispered that this man was meant to protect him. Jungkook, softly, "What does it feel like I have known you before?" Taehyung, voice low, almost possessive, "Because maybe you were always meant to be mine." Jungkook's eyes widened. He looked away quickly, trying to calm his racing heart, but Taehyung's word echoed in his head. Jungkook, whispering to himself, "What's happening to me?" The night after the attack felt heavy. Jungkook sat on Taehyung's couch, legs rolled up, wearing one of Taehyung's oversized hoodie. The soul mark on his neck glowed faintly in the dark. It made him feel warm and confused. Jungkook, softly touching the mark. "It's still glowing." Taehyung, standing near the window, arm crossed. "It reacts when we are near each other." Taehyung, looking up. "Then why are you standing so far?" Taehyung, low voice. "Because getting close to me is dangerous." He turned to face him. His eyes were serious, but underneath there was a flicker of something. Fear of losing control. Jungkook tilted his head, a little bold spark in his innocent gaze. Jungkook, "You saved me. How is that dangerous?" Taehyung, "I wasn't supposed to care about you, Jungkook. I had a job." Then the mark appeared. Jungkook, quietly, "So what now? Will you leave?" Taehyung, sharply, "No." The word came out faster than Taehyung expected. His jaw tightened. He stepped closer despite himself, pulled by an invisible thread. Jungkook's heartbeat picked up with every step. Jungkook, whispering, "You keep saying it's dangerous, but you keep coming closer." Taehyung, soft chuckles, finally sitting beside him. "You are trouble." Jungkook, smiling a little. "Maybe you like trouble." For a moment, silence filled the room, only the sound of rain outside and their breathing. Taehyung reached out slowly, brushing a strand of hair away from Jungkook's face. Jungkook's breath hitched at the gentle touch. Taehyung, whispering, "You don't even realize what you are doing to me." Jungkook, eyes wide, whispering back, "Then tell me." His boldness surprised Taehyung. He leaned in without thinking. Their faces were close, the glow of the Soulmark painting their skin in gold. Taehyung's hand rested against Jungkook's cheeks. Jungkook leaned into the touch without hesitation. The doorbell suddenly rang. Taehyung pulled back quickly, standing up, his protective side snapped on. He walked to the door, gun tucked discreetly in his jacket. Outside was an envelope slide under the door. He picked it up, reading the note inside. "You found the boy. Good. Bring him to the auction in 3 days, or we will take him ourselves." Taehyung's hand clenched the paper. A cold look settled over his face. Jungkook, standing worried. "What is it?" Taehyung, deep voice. "They know where you are. They want you back." Jungkook, stepping closer, grabbing his sleeves. "Taehyung, don't leave me." Taehyung, looking down at his hand, then at his face. "I won't." Something shifted in that moment. He pulled Jungkook into his arms. Jungkook froze for a heartbeat, then melted into the embrace, his forehead against Taehyung's chest. The marks glowed brighter between them. Jungkook muffled against him. "Why does it feel safe here?" Taehyung, low near his ear. "Because you are where you belong." His possessive tone sent a shiver down Jungkook's spine, but it didn't scare him. It felt right. Taehyung held him tighter, like he was silently making a promise. Later that night, Jungkook lay on the bed. Taehyung gave him, staring at the ceiling. He touched the glowing mark again. Jungkook, to himself, "Why does my heart race when he looks at me like that?" In the next room, Taehyung sat in the dark, eyes cold but mind burning with one thought. Taehyung, to himself, "No one is taking you from me." The city was loud that night. Neon lights flickered, cars rushed past, and hidden in the shadows of an abandoned hotel, a dangerous underground auction was about to begin. Taehyung's jaw was tight as he adjusted his earpiece. He wasn't just walking into an operation, he was walking in with Jungkook's life on the line. Jungkook stood beside him, wearing a plain black hoodie and mask. His eyes tough told the story, nervous, innocent, but brave. Jungkook whispering, I can do this. Taehyung gently pulling the hood over Jungkook's head. You don't have to. You just stay behind me, no matter what. Jungkook looking up at him. What about you? Taehyung smirking softly. I will be fine. They had never faced me with something to protect before. He squeezed Jungkook's shoulder briefly like a silent promise. Jungkook's heartbeat skipped not just from fear but from how safe Taehyung's presence felt. Inside the hall was filled with masked people bidding on illegal items. Weapons, stolen art, and wars. The back room was where rare souls were sold, people with unique soulmark their bone, making them valuable on the black market. Theon's eyes sharpened. That's where they would take Jungkook if they succeed. He walked them through the crowd like a predator in disgust. Jungkook stayed close, fingers brushing Theon's coat. A silent way to not get separated. Silently, suddenly a man in the red suit broke their path. Man, you brought the boy, Theon coldly, about a warning. Man smirking, you are brave, Kim Theon. But this is bigger than your little protective games. That soul mark is priceless. Jungkook gripping Theon's coat tighter, whispering, Tai, Theon, without looking at him. Firm, stay behind me, Jungkook. The man snapped his fingers and armed guards appeared. The air filled with tension. Theon tilted his head, cracking his neck. Theon, wrong move. He moved fast like a shadow. Within seconds, the guards were down, disarmed or unconscious. Jungkook stood frozen, eyes wide at how absolutely deadly Theon could be. But what struck him most was how Theon never once let anyone near him. They reached the back room, a golden stage with a chain platform where rare marks were usually displayed. The auctioneer smiled when he saw Jungkook. Auctioneer, finally, the star-marked soul. Jungkook confused. Star-marked Theon, low voice. Your soul mark isn't just rare. It's the one people search lifetimes for. It can only bond with its other half once, and it appeared with me. Jungkook heart pounding. Then that means Theon, meeting his eyes. We are bounded, Jungkook. Soul to soul. Before Jungkook could reply, alarms went off. The auctioneer screamed for his man. Taehyung pulled Jungkook behind the stage curtain and held him close. Our chaos exploded outside. Jungkook, breathing fast, clutching his shirt. Taehyung, what do we do? Taehyung, pulling him closer, whispering near his ear. Trust me. His voice was low, warm, and firm. Jungkook's chest pressed against his, their soul marks glowing together like fire. It wasn't just physical, it was magnetic. Jungkook felt his fear melt into something new, trust and a dangerous, thrilling warmth. Taehyung kissed Jungkook's forehead suddenly, not soft but possessive. Taehyung whispering, no one touches what's mine. Jungkook's cheeks flushed, eyes wide, not from fear but from how serious Taehyung looked. He wanted to say something, but before he could, Taehyung grabbed his hand and led him through the secret door behind the stage. They burst into the night, running through alleyways, sirens, shouts, everything blurred, but Jungkook's hand never left Taehyung's. Even in chaos, he held on like Taehyung was the only solid thing in the world. When they finally stopped breathless under a bridge far from the scene, Taehyung turned to him. His hand went to Jungkook's face, tilting it up. Taehyung, intense. Are you okay? Jungkook nodding, voice shaky. I'm okay because of you. Taehyung stared at him, rain dripping down his jaw, eyes burning. For a heartbeat, the world disappeared, just the two of them, bound by a glowing mark and a feeling neither could name. Jungkook softly, why are you risking everything for me? Taehyung, low, because losing you is not an option. The soul mark paused between them, glowing brighter than ever. The rain hadn't stopped at all night, water dripping from Taehyung's hair as he and Jungkook entered the hidden safe house on the edge of the city. It was quite too quiet. A small fireplace lit the room in soft orange light, making the shadow on the walls dance. Jungkook's hoodie was soaked through, his lips trembled, but his eyes stayed locked on Taehyung's as if he was afraid to blink and lose him. Taehyung gently, you are freezing, come here. Jungkook softly, I'm fine. Taehyung firm, no arguments. He grabbed the towel and wrapped it around Jungkook's shoulder. Jungkook's breath hitched when Taehyung's warm hand brushed his damp hair back, tugging the strand behind his hair. The simple act felt intimate. The soul mark on Jungkook's neck glowed faintly under the firelight, making Taehyung's gaze linger a little too long. Jungkook whispering, you are staring again. Taehyung quietly, I can't help it. A blush crept across Jungkook's cheeks, half from the heat, half from the way Taehyung said it, like a confession trapped in danger. They sat close by the fire for the first time in days. It was just the two of them. No running, no fighting, just the heavy air between them filled with unspoken feelings. Jungkook nervous laugh. When I first met you, I thought you were scary. Taehyung smirking slightly. It was supposed to be. Jungkook, but now it feels different. Taehyung leaning closer, voice low. Because now you see me. Jungkook's heart pounded, their knees brushed, his hand moved unconsciously, resting on Taehyung's sleeves. Taehyung froze for a second, then covered Jungkook's hand with his own large, warm, protective. The soul mark between them pulsed like it recognized the closeness. Taehyung, whispering, eyes locked on him. I don't know what you have done to me, Jungkook, but I am not letting anyone take you. Jungkook softly, then don't. It was barely a whisper, but it landed like a promise. Taehyung's finger tilted Jungkook's chin up, their faces were inches apart, breath mingling, eyes burning. For a moment, the world outside disappeared. Theung's thumb brushed Jungkook's bottom lip slowly, a silent, possessive touch. Jungkook didn't pull away, but before the movement could happen, bang. The sound of a door slamming echoed through the safe house. Theung instantly pulled Jungkook behind him, eyes narrowing. He drew his silent and deadly. Footstep echoed in the hallway. Theung, low, sharp. Stay behind me, don't move. Jungkook, grabbing his jacket. Be careful. A familiar figure emerged from the shadows. Jin, one of Theung's trusted allies. But his hands were raised, and behind him were three armed men. Theung, dangerous tone. Jin, what are you doing? Jin, hesitant. I didn't want it to be like this, Theung. They offered too much. I had to give them something. Jungkook, soft gasp. You betrayed him. Jin, guilt flashing in his eyes. They would have killed me if I didn't talk. I told them where you would run. Theung's jaw clenched, his entire aura changed. Cold, deadly, protective. He pushed Jungkook gently toward the back wall, never breaking eye contact with the intruders. Theung Lo, you made the wrong choice. Jin, Dai, listen. Theung, no, you put him in danger. The intruders raised their weapons. Jungkook's fingers tightened around Theung's sleeve unconsciously, his heart racing. But Theung didn't flinch. He moved like a storm, fast, precise. Within moments, two men were down. The third tried to grab Jungkook, but Theung was there before he could blink, pulling Jungkook back against his chest. Theung, crawling near Jungkook's ear, touch him and you die. The men froze under Theung's glare. Jin was left standing, hand shaking, guilt written all over his face. Jin weakly, I didn't mean to hurt him. Theung cold, but you did. He didn't shoot Jin. Instead, he turned his back, focused entirely on Jungkook. He cupped Jungkook's face, checking him frantically. Theung, breathing hard. Are you hurt? Jungkook, shaking his head quickly. No, I'm okay. You protected me again, Theung. Voice softening, forehead resting against his. I will always protect you. Jungkook breathed catch, their marks glowed brightly, as if sealing the promise. His hands clutched Theung's shirt, eyes wide and warm. For the first time, he didn't hide the feelings. Jungkook whispering, I trust you, Thai. Theung whispering back, then stay close, always. The firelight reflected in the eyes, two souls bound by the fate, standing in the middle of danger but together. The betrayal had left a mark on everyone, but the storm wasn't over yet. As dawn crept over the horizon, Theon prepared for the final confrontation. The auction leaders had sent a message, bring the boy by sunrise or we burn the city. Theon stood in the middle of the safe house, tightening the strap of his black vest. His expression was cold, focused, but Jungkook could see the flicker of worry behind his eyes. He approached quietly, still wearing Theon's hoodie sleeves covering his hand. Jungkook softly. You are going to them, are not you, Theon, without looking. I am ending this. Jungkook stepping closer. Not alone. Theon turned for a moment, the hard edges of his face softening. He lifted his hand and placed it on Jungkook's cheeks gently. Theon Glow, you have already been through so much. I can't risk you. Jungkook, eyes glistening. You think I can sit here and wait, wondering if you will come back? I would rather stand beside you. It was the first time Jungkook spoke with the kind of quiet strength. Theung stared at him, torn between the instinct to protect and the growing realization that Jungkook wasn't the fragile boy he would met anymore. The bond between them wasn't one-sided; it was alive. Theung whispering, you are going to drive me insane. Jungkook smiling faintly, then we will go insane together. He didn't give Theung time to argue, he stepped closer until their soul mark touched, glowing against each other. The warmth that spread through them was unlike anything they would felt before, like the universe itself was recognizing their bond. The final battle took place in the old harbor, where the auction leaders had set up their base. Dozens of armed men surrounded the pier. Theung moved like a phantom, taking them down one by one with silent precision. Jungkook stayed close behind him, sharp eyes despite his nervousness, following every command. Theung whispering, left. Jungkook nodded softly, got it. When they reached the center, the auction leader stood waiting, a tall man in a white suit holding a device. Leader, ask the soul-born lovers, how poetic. Hand over the boy and maybe I will let you alive. Theung, dark chuckles. You talk too much. The fight was fast and brutal. Theung fought like a man with something to protect, every punch, every move calculated to keep Jungkook safe. But when the leader aimed his gun directly at Jungkook, time seemed to slow. Jungkook gasping. Taehyung screaming. No, Taehyung threw himself in front of Jungkook. The bullet grazed his shoulder, blood blooming against his black shirt. Jungkook screamed his name, catching him as he stumbled. Jungkook, tears forming, holding him. Why would you do that, Taehyung? Smiling weakly, handcuffing Jungkook's face, because I would take 1,000 more if it means you are safe. The soulmark between them flared like fire, glowing bright gold. A shockwave burst out, knocking the leader back. Jungkook held Taehyung tightly, his tears mixing with the rain. Jungkook crying, "You can't leave me, not when I finally found you." Taehyung whispering, forehead pressed to his. "I'm not going anywhere, soulmate, remember?" He leaned in, their lips meeting softly at first like a promise, then deeper, full of everything they hadn't said until now. The world blurred around them. For the heartbeat, they were not running, fighting, or hiding. They were just Theung and Jungkook's souls bound by fate. When the kiss broke, Theung turned back to the fight with renewed fire. Together they faced the leader, Theung's strength and Jungkook's glowing Soulmark amplifying each other. In the end, it wasn't just Theung's skill that won, it was their bond. The leader felt defeated. By sunrise, the harbor was silent, the danger was gone. Back at the safe house, Theung's wound was patched. Jungkook sat beside him on the bed, fingers gently tracing his bandaged shoulder. Jungkook softly, "You scared me." Theung smiling tiredly, "You are stuck with me now, no escaping, you are soulmate." Jungkook leaning his head on his chest, "Good, I don't want to escape." Theung grabbed his arm around Jungkook's face, pulling him closer. The soulmark glowed faintly in the quiet morning light, no longer uncertain, no longer incomplete. Theung whispering near his ear, "You are mine." Jungkook blushing, whispering back, "And you are mine." Their story wasn't over, but this chapter of their lives closed with trust, fire, and a bond that no one could break. Time skip. The morning sun spilled through the big kitchen windows, painting everything in a soft golden glow. Birds chirped outside, and the gentle sound of sizzling eggs filled the air. Jungkook stood at the stove in his oversized white t-shirt that nearly reached his thighs, humming a song under his breath as he flipped pancakes carefully. The soul mark on his neck had faded to a soft, permanent shimmer now, no longer wild or pulsing. It was a sign of a completed bond. He smiled as he felt familiar arms snake around his waist from behind. Theon, voice low and sleepy against his ear. "You left me alone in the bed again." Jungkook laughing softly because someone was snoring like a bear. Theon pretending to be offended. "I do not snore." Jungkook, "Yeah, you do." Theon tightened his hold, resting his chin on Jungkook's shoulder. His hair was messy, his eyes half-lidded, but the way he looked at Jungkook was pure devotion. He reached out, stealing a piece of pancake from the plate. Jungkook gasping, "Yeah, that was for breakfast." Theon grinning, "I'm your husband." Husband text. Jungkook pouting, "That's not real." Theon, "It is now." Jungkook tried to glare at him, but the warmth in Theon's eyes melted him instantly. Theon kissed his cheeks gently, then the corner of his mouth. Jungkook's heartbeat fluttered like it always did. Even after all this time, their house was small but cozy, white walls, warm wooden floors, and photographs everywhere. Pictures of their wedding day, their travels, moments where Jungkook was laughing too hard and Theon was just staring at him like he was the entire world. After breakfast, Jungkook curled up on the couch with a book. Theon came in with a mug of hot chocolate sitting beside him. Without a word, Jungkook leaned against him, his head finding Theon's shoulder like it belonged there. Theon wrapped his arm around him lazily. Jungkook quietly, "Do you ever think about how crazy everything was?" Theon soft smile, "Every day." Jungkook, "And now it's just us." Theon, "Exactly how I wanted it." Jungkook tilted his head up, eyes sparkling. Jungkook, "You are happy in the morning?" Theon smirking, "Only for you." He leaned down and kissed Jungkook slowly, the kind of kiss that felt like home, not fire. Jungkook sighed against his lips, hands clutching Theon's shirt. It wasn't desperate, it was complete, comfortable, like two souls finally resting. Later, they spent the afternoon doing ordinary things, folding laundry, teasing each other, dancing barefoot in the living room when Theon played music out of nowhere. At one point, Theon lifted Jungkook by the waist, spinning him around while Jungkook squealed, laughing uncontrollably. Jungkook giggling breathless. "Put me down, Tai." Theon grinning, holding him tighter. "Never." Jungkook blushing, whispering, "You are still so possessive." Theon near his ear, low. "Always." He kissed Jungkook's neck where the soul mark was, making Jungkook shiver even after years together. It wasn't about danger anymore, it was about love that had survived everything. That night, as they lay tangled in bed, the moonlight shining through the curtains, Jungkook traced lazy shapes on Theon's chest with his finger. Jungkook, softly, Tai, Theon, half asleep. Jungkook, "Thank you for choosing me." Theon, opening his eyes, pulling him closer. No, thank you for finding me. They lay in silence, just the sound of their breaths. Their soul marks glowed faintly like stars under their skin. A reminder of their journey, their bond, and the fact that they were finally home. Taehyung whispering, "You are mine, Jungkook." Jungkook sleepy smile, "And you are mine, Tai." Their fingers intertwined. Their story, full of fire and danger, had softened into something warm and unbreakable. The end.